Here's an eerie fact about Netflix. It knows how to play with your emotions more than you think because Netflix actually knows what you crave, what your soft spots are, and what kind of shows that'll stir up the most amount of interest, for better or worse. With over 220 million subscribers on the platform, Netflix has the power to influence young viewers to do the unthinkable. And this makes us think, are our thoughts really our own, or are they shaped by the shows that we consume? Well, to fully understand Netflix's power and influence, it's important to know how it all began. When Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph started Netflix, formerly known as Kibble, in 1997, it seemed to be a little more than a fledgling DVD rental company with a mail order feature as its only meaningful value proposition. Reed Hastings founded Netflix after returning a copy of Apollo 13 to his neighborhood Blockbuster. Hastings was informed that he owes $40 in late fees after returning the movie. Hastings started to develop what would eventually become Netflix out of concern for his wife's reaction to such a high late fee and his conviction that there has to be a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster was the undeniable king of the home entertainment rental business in 1997, which gave Netflix's mail-order DVD rental business a distinct advantage. As a result, when Netflix first came out in 1997, a lot of people naturally assumed that the company was only interested in distribution. For the most part, they thought of Netflix as just another handy way to rent movies. Although this was a major aspect of Netflix's early operations, Hastings and Randolph never intended for the company to be the best entertainment distribution company. Even though no one else saw their initial play for what it was, they saw a big chance to leverage the internet to decentralize entertainment and to free premium TV from big cable's monopolistic hold. DVD rentals were never Netflix's ultimate goal. Rather, they served as a means for the startup to establish a tenuous foothold in a fiercely competitive market. In 1997, Netflix debuted with a video library of roughly 900 films and a 7-day renting limit. 3,100 titles are added to Netflix's video library by April of 1999, with each rental being 50 cents. Netflix has 5,200 titles in its library as of January of 2000. By 1999, the new Netflix membership model is revealed. The subscription package, which launched at a starting price of $15.95, enables Netflix subscribers to rent up to 4 movies at once with no return deadlines. And by 2002, Netflix abandons late fees and return by dates in favor of a monthly subscription plan priced at $19.95 per month. However, Netflix is still losing money. In just the first quarter of 2002, the company reported a $4.5 million loss. It was only at the end of 2006 that Netflix finally became profitable. Netflix had 6.3 million subscribers and over $80 million in profits. And this is where Netflix had figured out how to keep you glued to your screen. They focused on its single North Star metric, movies watched. Typically, cable TV providers base their audience estimations on viewing a given TV program. Netflix approaches this problem from the opposite angle by concentrating on the number of movies or TV series a viewer has seen. Netflix uses its extensive media library to optimize for the amount of movies seen by each individual user, as opposed to optimizing particular episodes to increase the number of viewers. Through important product initiatives like its Cinematch recommendation system, Netflix has been able to stay focused on how to better engage users and iterate on its primary movies watched measure. Even at a somewhat high monthly fee, Netflix provided more value and convenience in a then crowded market. Netflix had a few more years before launching the modern streaming service. However, the business was already making significant investments behind the scenes to personalize and individualize the Netflix experience by offering recommendations. Netflix's DVD rental business was expanding and bringing in money, but Hastings and his team were aware that it wouldn't last. Netflix invested heavily in video streaming because it had to secure the future of the company. The first step? Reinventing itself as a TV and movie studio. With its well-known political drama, House of Cards, Netflix ventured headfirst into the world of original programming in 2013. The program, which was well received by both reviewers and viewers, represented a significant turning point in Netflix's development as a company. With the help of its own platform, Netflix has finally started to accomplish its goals of being a one-stop shop for original content. Netflix garnered more customers as it generated more content. Higher sales led to additional investment in original content, creating a positive feedback loop that led to continued growth. Netflix has made it clear that it intends to use its big data powers to sway the shows it chooses to air. The approach has benefits that go beyond the presumption of inherent appeal. Netflix also thinks its recommendation engine will do all the work, which will result in significant savings on marketing costs. Already, according to Netflix, 75% of its customers are influenced by what the platform says they would enjoy. The problem started when Netflix started creating and pushing out shows that aren't necessarily healthy for the emotional well-being of its viewers, especially teenagers, for the sake of watch time, profit, and virality. This is what happened when Netflix's 13 Reasons Why launched. The month after it was premiered, according to Nationwide Children's Hospital researchers, they saw a 28% increase in depressive thoughts that led to doing the unthinkable among boys aged 10 to 17, the highest rate of the 5-year study period for this age group. More severe actions in this bracket occurred in the 9 months after the show debuted, 195 more than was predicted based on previous patterns. But researchers emphasized that there was no way to establish a direct link between the study's findings and the jump in these rates, and that an unidentified third factor could have been to blame. However, they advised against showing the series to kids and teenagers, stressing the substantial association. When the drama depicting a high school student's depressive action and its impact on her peers first came out, mental health advocates and psychiatrists condemned it. According to experts, the show romanticized it and can encourage copycat behavior. The results of this study should raise awareness that young people are particularly vulnerable to the media, said the study's co-author Lisa Horowitz, a scientist at the National Institute of Mental Health, in a statement. All disciplines, including the media, need to take good care to be constructive and thoughtful about topics that intersect with the public's health crisis. Following complaints over the first season, Netflix expanded its online mental resources and placed cautionary notes for viewers. Another example is Peaky Blinders, where the series glorifies smoking and alcohol, portraying these behaviors as cool and valid, but because of its major influence, people are sharing their urge to smoke on Reddit threads. Surprisingly, even non-smokers share the same urge. It's crazy to think how much emotional tug Netflix has over its viewers. It's even scarier to think how the company is using that power to influence teens in very unhealthy ways. Netflix has our device information, social media references, bookmarks, and location data. A viewer must be authorized each time they log on. Every film or television program also includes its own related license information. In addition to knowing that you are more likely to be watching a thriller on Saturday night than on Monday, Netflix also knows what you are more likely to be viewing on your tablet than on your phone or laptop, or what residents of a specific zip code enjoy watching on their tablets on Sundays. Even when the credits start to roll, Netflix keeps track of how many viewers start to lose interest. Netflix Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos has said that all that data means is that Netflix has a very addressable audience. Netflix doesn't have to rely on dumping stuff into the wild and discovering after the fact what consumers want or don't want, unlike conventional broadcast networks or cable providers. They think they already know. But what happens when directors enter the editing room knowing that a specific segment of viewers dislikes jump cuts, enjoys gory torture sequences, or just wants to see sex scenes? And is that the only option we'll have? Because we've observed what occurs when news organizations focus solely on providing online content that generates the most page views. It dumbs people down. Do we really want decisions about how a show looks and feels to be based on an algorithm that keeps track of how many previous shows we've abandoned? For years, Netflix has been using an analysis of what we viewed the night before to suggest movies or TV series for the following day. The same approach is now being used to prefabricate its own programming to meet what it believes we would find attractive. Isn't it natural that as a result, the creative urge will be directed towards an already existing canal? We're all unconscious of the fact that our viewing habits are being used to generate profits for Netflix, even if it's at the cost of our mental and emotional health. And like every good dystopian novel, it will all be done in the name of providing us with what we want. Netflix's success is attributed to the fact that it knows us better than we know ourselves, and with the platform being on a global scale, it can be easy to influence anyone from anywhere, down from your outfits, hairstyle, and even to the interior of your house. Sure, we have the power to unsubscribe and uninstall, but can we really do that when the next season premieres on Monday? So, do you think you've been influenced by what you've been watching on Netflix? If so, let us know in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to the channel, and for more videos like this one, hit subscribe. See you in the next video.